back to going through the. We actually had a few donations this week, but Debbie had the information on it.
One of the Korean, right?
Korean.
Okay. All right, we're live. All right, welcome everybody to the Other Morning Show.
What's today's date?
We gotta get to the day first. We gotta do our spiel first. We come
before
the day.
True Power is mine.
I'm Dimebag Dorley.
I'm the one and only Cobra Immortal.
And welcome to the Other Morning Show, the only morning show that you can catch at night. And want to say thank you to all the subscribers.
Man, it's Friday, April the 6th.
The year of our Lord.
The year of our Lord. That's right.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man.
No problem, brother. You know, I got you.
It's been one of them days, man. It's been one of them days. It's been one of them days. You got any special news or anything that's going on?
Tonight's show is sponsored by Digital Duelers at Facebook and Penster, and it's also sponsored by Aprium Construction LLC, building a better society. Thank you guys for your support. We did have some donations roll in, but like I was telling Dimebag, my better half actually has that information with her. But next week's show, I will definitely give you guys a shout out.
Right, there you go. And don't forget that Dimebag TV 2 next month. Gonna have some good content on there.
Also, I want to just throw this out there. For all you folks following Special Report, this Saturday, new Special Report, Judge Joe Brown will be on 4 p.m. Central Time. Join us. True Power's mine and Dimebag TV.
Right.
We'll be doing it live.
Judge JB's going to be on the show.
Joe Brown dropping knowledge.
Joe Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's big. Big show.
Yes.
So that's going to be on Special Report. That's why it's going to be Saturday, because it's special and it's a report.
And it's a report.
Posted by True Power's Minds.
Right on.
And on the phone line, we got a very special guest with us today from the Greater St. Louis Normal. You want to introduce the caller? Corinne Chester is on the line. Can you hear us? I hope I didn't butcher your name.
No, I think you did.
I did, yeah.
Hold on.
We're having...
No, there's electrical feedback. Here.
Oh, man.
Hold on 1 second with, this is totally normal.
Yeah, we always have technical difficulties. We need some help over here.
Isn't that true? We're just going to try to do this Bluetooth style.
Maybe we should put an ad on Craigslist or something. You know what? Tech guys.
IT is needed. Connected. Okay. I believe we're connected.
Can you hear us? Uh-oh. What a Friday night.
No way.
I think you lost her. Just, I don't know.
I hear something.
I hear her, but it's so far away.
I got this, man.
Hold on. Why is this around this?
I don't know.
And under here.
But I can't deal with this chaos.
Oh, man, this is what the Illuminati's all about. Order out chaos.
Yeah, you know, that's
There
like
we go.
these mofos is... Can you hear us?
No.
I'm going to call her.
Yeah, here. You need to plug it into this.
Hold on.
It's the Other
Morning Show.
True Power's Mind.
Where everything is fucked up.
Flat
Flat out.
But we're getting it together.
We trying to.
You're going to need
You
that.
need more duct tape in this bitch.
I got some Gorilla Tape.
She probably like, they hung up. I ain't playing with these guys no more. Play too much. These boys ain't organized or nothing.
Hi, this is Corinne.
No. Oh. Hold on.
All right. We'll get her.
Yeah, we'll get her.
It's like we're big game, honey.
We are.
I need to turn that off. Okay, now that's disconnected. Oh, now you connected? Cool.
This is Corinne.
Okay, there you go. Sorry about that.
Okay, did you call me on a different line?
Yeah, I called you on a different line.
Okay, I didn't know that was you on the other line. So, okay. Well, hi, I can hear you good now.
Okay,
Oh, yes,
that
it's
works
perfect.
much better. Okay. So, So why don't you tell us about Greater St. Louis Normal so people can get an idea of what you guys are about?
Well, Greater St. Louis Normal is a chapter of the National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws. And the St. Louis chapter has been around for over 20 years. We have meetings once a month on the second Monday of the month. Right now, our meetings are in Webster Groves. And we've been working with some people in the city to try to change some of the marijuana laws in the city and do some decriminalization. And we are also working with New Approach Missouri on the ballot initiative. We are collecting signatures and helping in that way. So,
any place where people can go online to sign the petition?
You can't sign a petition online. You have to sign it in person, but we do have some permanent signing locations. Well, there's actually only a couple of weeks left to be able to sign the petition. So if you go to newapproachmissouri.com, you can find a location so that you can sign the petition. And the petition is for a medical legalization program that would be a constitutional amendment, and it would be on the November ballot. So it would create a framework for patients to be able to get access to medical marijuana if they have a recommendation from their doctor.
Okay. And then that would obviously lead to true recreational legalization down the road once we kind of...
Some people certainly think that once we have medical legalized that people will soften to the idea of an adult use bill, but Missouri, it's taken us a long time to get to this point. There's really no telling how long it'll take us to get it all the way through.
And the meat of the matter is because here in Missouri, a lot of these little rural areas get a lot of money on the backside with all this stuff being illegal. And everyone wants to fake it like, oh, we're so pious and so holy and so righteous. It has nothing to do with religion, folks. It has everything to do with money.
That's right.
It's all about money.
That's right.
So I do have one question. A viewer asked me to ask you, so do you feel that marijuana laws target certain populations in our society?
Well, marijuana laws were originally instituted in order to target specific members of society.
Could you tell us the story?
Marijuana was made against the law back in 1937. What they did is they put a tax on it and said you could buy it if you have a tax stamp, but then they didn't issue any tax stamps. And they actually said that they wanted to do this so that they had a reason to arrest black people.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Then in the 70s, Nixon is the one who really kind of started the big launch on the war on drugs, at least in my mind. And he tightened the laws down even more. And he specifically said that he wanted to target hippies and black people. So yes, to answer your question, I absolutely believe that marijuana laws target people specifically, and they should not do that.
So, and now, I mean, with that being the truth, this is the origin, folks, of these draconian, ridiculous laws, is basically hatred and racism. So if you are still advocating these laws, championing them on a moral ground, you really don't have one. You really don't.
No, it ain't got nothing to do with morals.
No, it never has and never will. But when you talk to the average person, the way we've been programmed, you already, the drug people are the bad people.
Yeah.
The bad guys on CSI or whatever, movie.
Jeff Sessions even said that only bad people smoke marijuana. That's the most ridiculous thing in the world. If somebody said only those people drank beer, people would be horrified.
Exactly. I wouldn't be personally horrified.
I mean, but everybody drinks beer. That's my point. You know what I mean? It'd be like, now you're saying that only bad people drink beer. I mean,
but there was a point in time when we did say that.
Smoking a joint or doing an edible or whatever, cannabis is far safer than alcohol is.
Absolutely.
You cannot die from an overdose of cannabis. You can absolutely not only die from an overdose of alcohol, you can die when you're detoxing from alcohol.
Mm-hmm. And you also can kill a few other people while you're underneath the influence of alcohol.
Yep, and you'll walk away with no scratches.
Yeah. I mean, alcohol, I have seen that personally destroy so many lives here, like in the Jefferson County regions, you know. You go with a guy, you know, he's on a football team, you do, you know, drinking on the weekend. You go to college and he goes to work and you see him a few years later and next thing you see is just a drunk, you know, whiskey bottles all in the back of the truck, you know, beer cans falling out the truck when you open up the door. It's a pretty sad life, man.
Now I got a question because I got a question. I think why it should, like, instead of like pushing for medical marijuana, why just push for like just full recreational? I think you could probably get more people on.
Well, that's actually not true. There are a lot more people who are in favor of medical marijuana than there are in favor of recreational. And the main reason that, you know, no state has ever legalized adult use before they've legalized medical. Never. Are we really naive enough to think that Missouri is going to be the breakthrough state to change that?
Heck, no.
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 You know what I find really crazy about this whole conversation? And let's just be real. Right now, in any state, any part of the country, a woman can literally go and get an abortion. You know, it's her body. She can do whatever the hell she wants with it. But you cannot smoke a joint in most states in America legally. Even though it's your body, you cannot do what you want with it.
Well, Missouri is known to be backwards anyway. You know, that's the
I mean,
way.
that's the whole thing. There are a lot of people who really believe that we can do an adult use measure without doing medical first. But then other people say Missouri will be the last one to legalize anything. So, you know, which is it? Half the people say we'll never do it at all, and then the other half the people say we can just do, you know, we don't have to pass medical first. But the fact of the matter is that approval for medical cannabis, it polls at over 90% approval nationwide, and adult use is about 30% less than that. So when we go to the ballot box, we know that the voters of Missouri will support a medical bill. And it's really time-consuming and really expensive to do a ballot initiative. It takes a lot of volunteers. It takes a lot of total dedication and a lot of people who are willing to donate money so that we can do this. And even with over 400 people, volunteers in the state collecting signatures, you know, we still, you know, we have a few weeks left. We still need signatures, but we know that when we get it on the ballot, that people will vote for it. If we spent all that time and money and didn't pass an adult use measure, not only would we not have anything at all, but we have patients who are dying because they need medical marijuana. This is not a matter of, you know, it makes me feel better. There are kids with epilepsy who have no other form of treatment that works besides cannabis. And they're required to go to the doctor and take all kinds of medications to make sure that stuff won't help before they can try cannabis. You know, so
now can't these families go to?
They have to try pharmaceuticals, and a lot of times the pharmaceuticals make them sicker. So, I mean, I personally am in favor of adult use. I think that it should be legal. That's my personal opinion. That's not my opinion on behalf of anybody else.
Right.
But I also am realistic about the fact that I don't think that we could get that to pass. And there are patients who really need help now. You know, there are patients who really can't wait. And, you know, but in other states that have passed medical, they've gone on to be able to pass an adult use law. So it could happen in Missouri.
You know, I'm just wondering how many of our state legislators and senators are old enough to have been indoctrinated in their youth by the movie Reefer Madness, where it showed such a horrible depiction. And this isn't funny because President Trump had made mention to seeing that film. And, you know, and I'm sure Jeff Sessions also saw that film. They probably think that it's a lovely, you know, accurate depiction of the situation.
No, they don't.
But they used it. They used that to scare the hell out of people.
It's illegal because...
Well, I kind of use the term reefer madness as a metaphor for just that kind of general mentality. I helped collect signatures, and I was at a polling location on Tuesday, and I had 3 people come up and tell me, thank you so much for what you're doing, and somebody hugged me, and then another lady told me I was the devil's toolbox. So there's just no way of knowing how people are going to react,
Right.
So.
But I guess the whole point is, though, we got to acknowledge the fact that we have been brainwashed to a certain degree. We have been.
That's true. That's
what we have to fight. We have to
wake up to it.
The people been brainwashed. The politicians, they just been being paid by the alcohol, the pharmaceutical companies, and stuff like that. They know. They know.
I'm talking about that boy out there at Jefferson County or Jefferson City up in there. Out there in a stick somewhere, and Grandpa been on this land and all they do is chew tobacco, shoot at deer, and fucking drink bush beer. That guy has been brainwashed to think that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And there's a lot more of those cats out there than you think.
And if you think about,
and that's why we're not going through the legislature. That's why it's important to do this through a ballot initiative, because that way the people decide.
Yes.
The Missouri legislature is never going to do anything with marijuana. We have a really, really limited bill that's in effect now. It's only for intractable epilepsy, and there's very few people who actually benefit from that program. But House Bill 1554 just got defeated. It just got kicked out of committee, and a lot of people were kind of hoping that would be able to go through. But that measure was only for people who are dying. So still, again, it's not that many people who can be helped, and we can't even get something for dying people through the legislature.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Now,
people, it literally says for people who are dying, and
can't get no soup for you.
I think if they push for the medical side of it, I have a feeling that eventually one day it'll just be all out recreational, because if you think about it, like you look at California state law when it comes to medical marijuana and recreational, I feel like Missouri won't pass it recreationally because the prison systems. It's like, look how many people are in there that are in there for having a gram.
Well, what is it? If you get caught with an ounce, you get like 15 years or something crazy?
Yeah.
If you have over 35 grams in the state of Missouri, you could face up to, I think it's 10 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Or 7 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. I think that's right. But all that information is also on the National Normal website. There's like all kinds of information about statistics, and you can look up different states, and you can see, what the penalties are in different places for marijuana. And by and large, they don't, in Missouri, they don't put people in prison for having small amounts of marijuana, even if it's a little over 35 grams. But the problem is that when you have a marijuana offense, it's on your record. And a marijuana offense is actually worse than just having a straight-up felony. Because, like, if you get convicted of murder, you can still get food stamps, and you can still get public assistance for housing.
Right.
And if you get convicted of marijuana, you cannot get a student loan. You cannot. I mean, seriously. So now I can't get a job because I have a felony. But now I can't even get any help because it was a drug conviction, because it was a marijuana conviction.
Mm-hmm.
So the laws are really skewed, and I'm just really hoping that this November the voters will decide that medical marijuana needs to be okay here, and Greater St. Louis Normal has endorsed the New Approach Initiative. We feel like that's the most comprehensive plan for patients. We feel like it is, the best of what's out there. So we have been supporting that one and helping collect signatures.
Now, that initiative, what medical conditions does that all cover? Because I know sometimes when they pass that medical marijuana, it's like the conditions, it's like, what's really the point of giving these people marijuana now? They're about 90% done.
That's the point.
The list of conditions that is in the New Approach Initiative is really broad. There's PTSD, autism, epilepsy, but Alzheimer's, Parkinson's. There's a huge list of specific conditions, but then there are a couple of catch-all phrases that say things like, any condition that your doctor feels like you can benefit from marijuana.
Okay,
so if I go to the doctor, but the biggest one on the list of conditions is chronic pain. There are a lot of states who have medical marijuana and they don't have it for chronic pain, and that's a problem because chronic pain is one of the things that marijuana is the best for.
Right. Instead of those opioids that constipate you and make you into a heroin junkie.
Yeah, if you take that first, you take that 30-day prescription of that opioid prescription drug, you are a borderline heroin addict. Period.
Oh, but you know what the funny thing she said about, you know, the lack of public assistance once you get on the, you know, the marijuana, basically a registry.
Yeah.
You know, now all those illegals that we're keeping out of the country, now they can go out there in the fields and pick avocados and grapes and whatever we have here in Missouri, some corn.
I just can't believe that they viewed
this
marijuana as a drug.
No, this is bullshit.
You know
we basically got to fucking play a game to say, basically, like he just said, half dead people can get this herb that's naturally on the earth here, and we're gonna play these legal games, these mental gymnastics, just so that people can do what the hell we want to do on this earth. Because,
but we're getting there. People are waking up. I really feel like people are starting to get tired of being told what they can do that way, you know. And I think there's a lot of change coming. So, hey guys, I'm going to have to get off the phone here in a minute. Do you have any more questions for me?
Tell the people where they can find you at and how they can sign that petition. So, how close are you to getting the number of signatures you need?
Are really close. We now have, I think, about 270,000 signatures, and our goal is 290,000. So we'll have everything wrapped up in a few weeks, and we'll be ready to submit signatures. The deadline is May 6th. So
okay, try to get more than the designated because.
We want to show support, you know.
No,
we only have to have about 170,000 signatures.
Okay.
But we're going to turn in like 290,000.
Yeah.
That way we will know. And the signatures are being validated by a petition company so that we will know when we turn them in, we'll know that we meet the minimum threshold.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because they be sure be like, well, this person's signature's no good, this person's no good, this person's no good. So you need
they kick out a lot of signatures. They kicked out enough signatures in 2016 to keep us off the ballot.
Yeah.
So
that's why I asked how many you need.
That doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen again. So.
But I guess, you know, before you go, how will we deal though with the issues that's going to rise? Like, if you take the weed guy out the game in the streets, like, you know, now you can go to the dispensary or whatever. What is that guy going to do now? Is he going to, you know, go to school, get a job?
No, he's going to adjust to his environment.
But that's the point.
He can get a job at a dispensary.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he could get a job at a dispensary or a cultivation center. You know, legalizing medical marijuana is going to create hundreds of jobs in Missouri. The economic benefit from it alone is incredible. We're talking about having potentially between 1 and 300,000 patients by the third year. So that's a lot of medication that needs to be grown. And there's a lot of medication that's going to need, you know, that's made from extractions and distillates and isolates. And, I mean, there's 1,000 ways to do it. People aren't smoking joints as much now. Now they have a vape pen or they have, you know, an edible or whatever. There's going to be tons of work for people.
Now,
it's really going to change the shape of the economy in Missouri.
I know you got to go, and I got one more question. On that initiative ballot, it's not nothing crazy to where, like, you need, like, a few $100,000 to even sign, to fill out an application to be able to grow this stuff for the medical industry, and then you got to have a certain amount of money set aside in a bank account.
Now that provision, there are licensing fees. There's some application fees, and then if you get a license, then there are licensing fees.
Now, what's the
provision that you're talking about, though? They have that in Arkansas. So you have to have $500,000 in the bank, like verifiable in the bank, and that has to stay there. It's almost, I don't know.
So basically,
think of it like
basically,
you know, that's designed to keep people out.
That's not part of it. There's an application fee and a licensing fee, but there is no secure. That I can't remember what the name of that amount of money is. But
yeah, it's like with this stuff like that, it makes me just like, it's like, come on, it's like you're like the like small people that could actually grow this stuff and be very efficient of it are completely cut its kneecap right before it can even start. So only said wealthy people can even fund this stuff to where average Joe that can grow this stuff, but he don't have $500,000 in the bank on top of another $100,000 just to apply for an application.
You don't have to have that $500,000 in the bank for the New Approach Initiative. That's not in there. That's not necessary. But I will say this: outside of licensing fees, starting a cultivation center or a dispensary or any of that stuff, that still costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. Okay. People act like if the licensing fees are more, if they're lower, that it'll make it so the average Joe can get into the business because the licensing fees aren't so great. It still costs a lot of money to buy lights and equipment and fertilizer. You know what I mean? If you're going to build a dispensary, you have a building and you have security issues and you have staff and all that. It still costs a lot of money to start a cannabis business. But the licensing fees in New Approach are pretty reasonable, and it's a lot better than a lot of other states, and it doesn't require that amount of money in the bank.
Yeah, I think it should be like $10.
But once again, you guys are missing the point. This is not about liberating nobody. It's not about economically empowering anybody who has been economically
because the only people going to be able to do that is some said corporation.
The same said corporations that opened up the breweries after Prohibition. Same gag.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am.
And yeah, check us out. We're on Facebook and we're on the internet. Just look up Greater St. Louis Normal, NORML.
There you go, folks.
Okay.
Check it out. Thanks.
Guys.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
And there you have it. People trying to get marijuana legal in this state.
For medical reasons, to help out the sick and the inflamed.
Yeah.
Infirm. I mean, and that's beautiful, but to me that's still bullshit. In other words, in order to enjoy something that grows naturally, you got to be on your deathbed. Don't enjoy it too much.
Right.
Yeah. But that's the type of sick world we live in. We live in a world where a chick can kill a baby because that's her body.
It's a fetus,
and
it's not a baby. It's a fetus.
Why do they view marijuana as a drug anyway?
Because
a drug is something that you can buy over the counter.
Brown people,
like an aspirin can hurt you more than weed.
That's the point. We don't want your ass to survive. We just want to keep you breathing a little bit longer to get
as long as you keep on mopping my floors and cleaning my toilet, and then you can die on out. And it's sort of like that George Washington Carver, right? Guy who did the peanuts and soybeans and all that shit, right?
Right.
I mean, everyone's like, "Oh man, he's such a brilliant man." You know what? That man's life had been such a hell. He was adopted by some family, the Carver family up in there. First thing they do when they get little dude is cut off his balls, castrating. So now he has no sexual desires, can't make no babies. And then they're like, oh, now you can run out in the field and check out the flowers. And he does. And he becomes brilliant by doing that, The thing about this, you got to understand, they don't mind you making inventions. They don't mind you fucking helping the cause. But at the end of the day, it ain't going to be for your seed. It's not going to be for your fucking legacy. That's the reality that we're living in.
That's why I said, if you want to see some real change, you ain't gonna get it going through the way.
Man, if y'all want to see some real change, you better take your monkey ass down into the store and bust open $1 and break it into some change. That's the only change you're really gonna see, and that shit's only zinc with a little bit of fucking copper fucking spray on the outside. The bottom line is, guys, look, we're headed for a world war, civil war. You can be an ostrich with your head in the fucking sand, or else you can prepare right now while you still can. Because time's running out.
I'm tired of telling them to do that shit,
Time is running out.
Like, fuck it. If shit kick off, you know what to do. They can be decoys so you can get the fuck where you need to be. Because they useless anyway. So it's kind of pointless. That's how I look at it.
The fact that they're useless is the fact that no one has ever instilled in them the proper programming. We're all computers.
Right.
And we're only as good as the people we're around that is putting programs in our heads. All right, most of us are being programmed with some bullshit motherfuckers on the side that don't have no clue to what's really going on. All right, that's the reality. We're trying to hip you guys to a couple of things and bring, you know, an interesting perspective to a lot of real problems, and we have so many, you know. I mean,
Yep.
let's face it. Like she said, you know, let's use this hypothetical scenario. Jerome, 15 years old, you know, grow up in the wrong side of town, all right? And his brother gives him, you know, fucking 2 ounces to go and sell down there at the little park or whatever. Well, he's walking down there, 15 years old. Officer Dudley, get over here, Jerome. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. And they fucking find all this shit on this dude, right? So now Jerome goes into the little criminal system. Of course, he's going to be tried as an adult because he's a super predator.
Yeah.
And now, when Jerome gets out of the bullshit at about 18, 19, you know, he's back on the street, tries to go, you know, man, you know, I got filled up with the good shit up there. I want to be right? Well, that being right shit only going to work until the point when that belly starts grumbling. Oh, shit, I'm hungry. Well, I got to do right.
You're going to go grab
Yeah,
that.
I mean, if you think about it, the main reason why that the government is tripping off of it, number one, is to keep people incarcerated.
Yeah.
And because that's profit. But number two, it's all about a discrepancy of how they're going to tax it.
No, it's about a discrepancy in how they're going to allow their boys to be the ones controlling it.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's
you go
a
like that,
discrepancy.
like those pack of Marlboro Blacks. You go to New York, you're paying $17 a pack for those.
Yeah.
For that right there.
Yeah.
You know, they try to do it with prohibition. You know, that's the reason where all these pilgrims, these Boston Tea Party type people. Okay, so, I mean, alcohol's still illegal to me.
Well, it's illegal in
You know?
the county where they make Jack Daniels. They still have dry counties down south.
Yeah.
You go through there with a 6-pack, your ass will go to fucking jail.
Yeah.
You know, that's the
Like,
reality.
I just don't, I never did quite
Look,
understand
this is
that.
not.
He tried going over to Illinois with 3 packs of cigarettes. Your ass going to jail too for bootlegging.
Well,
Yep,
let's listen to the
exactly.
propaganda. We're the land of the free.
They gonna get you for loosies.
Oh yeah, well
They
they
gonna
choked
get you.
out Gardner up there in New York for those cigarettes. You know, he was a
Yeah.
threat to the whole economic system there. Choked him to death.
Yeah, that's
So you
That's
know, let's
sad.
be
I
real.
wonder he
man.
had Newports.
He probably
Yeah.
did in that region. I would
Yeah.
imagine.
the,
Newport's
Newport's is the black man's cigarette.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it used to be just a poor cigarette until, like, think about it. Back in the day, chicken wings were just black folks' food. They don't fuck around with them chicken wings. Now, everything that is so-called black this or black that
Everybody eat
ends
it.
up being the delicacy and the top shit.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, back in the old days, only black folks ate bacon and shit like that. Well, you know, poor whites, obviously, the pioneers and shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of the soul food and shit, you know. Now, that hasn't really taken off because if you're, you know, partaking that too much, you end up dying of, you know, heart attack, diabetes,
And clogged
shit
them
like that.
arteries up.
But-
Your ass be looking like fucking Grimace and Precious.
Hey, I heard that Precious lost over
Moderations, folks.
a bunch
Moderation.
of weight or something and like a supermodel or something now. That's what I
She
heard.
probably went to go see one of them fucking doctors. Be like,
Getting that
The
lipo.
only doctor
Yeah,
that was
right.
worth a damn and rest of us so was Dr. Sabai. And,
I thought you was finna say Kevorkian.
no, man. I ain't
he was killing
Nah,
motherfuckers.
man. You know, he was probably some Hitler youth prodigy.
Yeah.
Now we'll send Kevorkian to America.
But them people was already sick, so they was about to bite the dust anyway.
Man, whatever.
Shit.
You know, that was that motherfucking grandson. Hey, Doc, look, you know, I know you want to go on this vacation, right? Man, Gramps is sitting on a few millions. You hook this shit up, and I'll hook you up. Next thing you know, Gramps in the back of that van. Hey, this might sting.
Right.
And the old Kevorkian's on the golf fare lane hitting that shit. You
Man.
know it.
Man. That's
These
crazy.
motherfuckers,
Well,
man.
Grandpa lived a good life, you know.
Look, Grandpa was a bitch. You know, all that, man, I'm so sick of hearing this shit about these elders this and the elders that. If the elders were so fucking cool and so on fucking
They put
point,
us in this
then why the
situation.
fuck is this shit all whacked the fuck out now?
Because it's their fault.
You know, it's
You
not
know-
their
you know
fault.
that
It's
this-
our fault now for being young and having the muscle and the power to do it and not doing shit.
Did you know that
collectively.
the state of Washington State, when they legalized not just medical marijuana, recreational, they made $45 million in just 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, check this out.
Same way with Las Vegas. Like, they ran out of marijuana
You
out
know,
there.
I mean, I like how you brought that up because money is such a tenuous issue. It's like the glue that binds all this shit together.
Mm-hmm.
You realize that the United States government was to kick the Federal Reserve off the fucking shore, and the Department of Treasury was to print our fucking notes. All fucking states and all this country would be out of bankruptcy over fucking night because we would actually set the money that we would value at such a rate, and we wouldn't have to pay interest on said money. That
10 years ago, this whole area used to be flooded with the quote unquote Reggie Miller. Now I haven't seen Reggie Miller in almost 5 or 6 years.
It's basically that good.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that the government, they have the power to turn it on
and
turn it off.
Because nobody trying to smoke that old doodle ass weed.
How do you think motherfucking all this shit really comes in here? You know, it comes in here with that CIA or FBI, or not FBI, but CIA or Black Ops guy.
That's how crack
on that fucking C1
yeah.
aircraft, shows a badge. Yes, sir. They just salute. Let them go through with all these boxes of shit, and it goes in cars and goes out the base. That's how the shit gets in here, man.
And then they, like Darley was saying,
it's all just a game.
That once if they do legalize it, then the corporations are going to want to get a part.
It's going to be Monsanto
because they want something that's going to make them money.
It's already set up for the corporations to take over the.
Who has $500,000?
Right.
Corporation.
That's why that was why I was asking her about the licensing stuff fees, because it's like, what's the point of supporting? So I get the whole medical thing,
right?
But a person, an entrepreneur, an average Joe, don't have that funds. Only people that got that funds is the top 0.1% in corporations.
Or
that's it.
A criminal organization that's somewhat legitimate. They would actually have the funds as well. So once again, it's like the mobsters overnight stop being bootleggers and become breweries. All right, after in the prohibition.
I just think if you're trying to legalize marijuana, going through it's like I don't know.
Here's a note: why don't we do a statistical evaluation of the country of Portugal? Portugal is one of these rare countries out here that absolutely has zero drug laws. You could go over there and do a line of fucking meth, coke, fucking shoot up your goddamn heroin.
That's a Jefferson County paradise.
Oh, shit. Where are the goddamn cheeseburgers? Because I know I'm in heaven.
Paradise.
That's right.
Fucking tweakers all over the goddamn.
You mean I don't gotta be, I can do this right out here?
Man.
I mean, they ain't gonna do that when I pass out at the gas station with my 2 kids in the car. You know, I used to see videos of that shit. But I always saw videos of it. But the day I seen that shit in person, you know, it was a guy and a chick, 2 kids in the back. You know, it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm at the gas station getting an old crappy ass coffee. And some guy come in and was like, you got 2 heroin addicts with kids in the back of the car passed out at the fucking gas tank. You know, it's like, come on. You know, fuck. Shit's crazy, man.
I think that shit's funny because, you know, I lived the crack epidemic. And, you know, I remember the harsh words of encouragement.
I just want to know why they ain't getting thrown in jail.
No, I mean the crack people did get.
No,
thrown
I'm talking about with the opioids. I wonder why them motherfuckers ain't getting thrown in jail. It ain't like a space, you know. Shit.
I'm gonna get to that. See that crack epidemic.
Put them out one of them camps.
Had a brown face as its mascot.
Right. Oh, okay.
Let's say that.
Oh, that's right.
And when you have a brown face, bad guy.
Oh, okay.
You know? Now when the opioids, you know.
Oh, you just said.
Yeah, because it has a non-brown face as its mascot,
right.
and now
it's not even that.
It's empathy. You know,
it ain't no empathy. The only reason why it's a medical crisis is because it hit the suburbs where white people with money. Because if we these fucking and we live this shit, we see this shit. These fucking poor ass white people out here dying over this shit, and they ain't said a goddamn thing. They ain't start saying shit about that shit until you go up there and fucking Ladue, fucking Clayton. Yep. Brentwood, when they kids start dying, that's when it became
hitting the neighborhoods where they don't want us. Where they don't want us at.
In all fairness, it can only be a medical crisis when you have medical insurance. If you don't have medical insurance, you couldn't get medical.
It's only a medical
Yeah.
crisis is because certain people, kids are fucking dying.
Well, you think
You
about
don't
you
give a
guys
shit
mentioned
about
the
these fucking kids in
opioids.
Jefferson County.
You guys
You
talk
heard of
about-
that 9/11? When 9/11 happened, that motherfucking news guy came out here and said, it is such a shame all those brilliant young executive died. And I was sitting there, well, what about the goddamn janitor? No, Leroy, you can't evacuate. You got to clean the toilet.
Shit, Leroy
Yeah.
was out of that motherfucking
You guys
shit.
can talk about
Leroy
the
ain't no
opioids.
fool.
I mean,
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense why the U.S. military is still there because the opioids come from Afghanistan.
Yeah,
Well, you got to protect the source.
that's
You know?
right.
You got to protect the source, just like that oil. You know, how come we ain't fucking around in central fucking Latin America? You know, Venezuela, the currency has been fucking basically blown to smithereens, confetti. How come we're not down there helping those folks? How come we're not even over there helping Puerto Rico?
Because some corporate...
Because they don't have oil or opioids to fucking, you know, it's O and O.
Well,
oil and opioids.
Or probably a
Right.
group of old rich white men ain't got together yet and decided how they want to split up that land before they send these poor soldiers from rural and inner city American kids down there to go take over that land so they can go build fucking condos and shit.
I wonder, was it the same group of old white men that just determined you guys cannot use the word nigger or nigga no
Probably.
more? You know, well, shut that shit down.
Same old white men that fucking made Black Panther 2.
Well, Black Panther 2, you know that's coming out with all the money Black Panther 1 made. You know, I mean...
I'm from Rwanda! Motherfucker, that's not even a real goddamn country.
Look,
Let's not
stop
even
it.
go there.
Look, you know, you can't be beating up the... You know, these people are down and they hurt and they need some fucking Robin Hood or some Humpty Dumpty fairy tale. They need it.
Goddamn fairy tale.
You know,
shit.
Myself, I just don't like bald head hoes.
What's a C, D? Whoa, what's a C, D? I can see where this is going right now.
Look,
No pun intended, folks. No pun intended.
my whole thing is this here. All
No
right.
pun intended. Let me get one of these.
Yeah, you guys have
It's
to
been one of
stop.
them type of days.
Oh, that's fine. You have to stop being bitches and effeminate out here, man.
Fuck
You know,
yeah.
people ain't gonna like you for various reasons, man. You gotta remember, you're fucking Teflon, and that shit don't stick. It just floats off you, alright? Now, a lot of, you know, you cats out here, you know, I don't have a daddy, blah, blah, blah. Look, Hitler had a motherfucking daddy, and look how that motherfucking bitch came out. You know, so you don't have to have a daddy or not have a daddy to be about something. All you have to have is ethics in your fucking being. All you gotta have is fucking a sense of right and wrong, whatever. But at least you stick to that and stick to it, all right? And the rest of the shit will play out, man. You know, don't even trip. Go and get your little education, get yourself a trade, get yourself some sort of degree or something, and go and do this thing, man. Because the worst thing you can do, seriously, is expect that this world's gonna end somehow magically. Because this motherfucker ain't gonna end. 40 years from now, motherfuckers still gonna be paying bills and still fucking paying taxes and doing what the fuck they need to do to survive. All I'm saying is you need to be on that level instead of some old crazy ass level. Because unless we all come together, we ain't gonna change this. And I'm telling you straight up, we ain't all coming together. So this shit ain't being changed.
I remember when this country used to be land of the free and home of the brave. Now is land of the stupid, home of the willful ignorant.
I thought
Well,
it was
you know,
the land of the slaves
American,
and
the
home of
American dream never applied to you anyway.
Yeah,
No.
for real.
None of us will see the American dream.
Uh-uh.
Hold on, I can't say that though. Father Divine saw that motherfucker.
That was
Father Divine saw the
motherfucker
American dream.
right there, boy.
When motherfuckers were swinging for a tree, this nigga in the back of a motherfucking private limousine eating steaks and
Oh,
lobster.
he showed me that shit.
You
I was
know.
like, damn, who is
Uh.
this nigga right here? This boy, I mean, he up there, they singing for him and everything. They was clowning up
and,
in there.
and you know how they buried Father Divine? Jim Jones. You know, everybody knows about Jim Jones,
Yeah.
but no one knows about Father Divine. And what for Father Divine, Jim Jones would just be a little cum bucket. He should have been a cum bucket guzzled by his mom in her belly, but he ended up fucking hitting the vajayjay and
right.
getting that egg. But you know, he should have
You
been
know,
a
you know,
sperm on a
who
rag.
guys would be if you guys can get in touch with this cat.
Hmm.
I think he would bring a different scenario, a different outlook on
Captain
the show.
Kangaroo.
No,
I think he did.
Pastor Manning, you know him, Pastor Manning, the one that said Trump wasn't born, he was hatched.
Yeah.
You guys get in touch with him.
Yeah.
Dude.
Pastor Manning, the black guy?
Yeah.
Pastor Manning.
He said he was hatched from an egg.
You know,
or some
Pastor
shit.
Manning is an extreme conservative.
Good. I mean, we can trash his ass too.
Yeah, no. But, listen, the only pastor I would like to interview, you know, we did Reverend Larry Rice, you know, the one time, but it would be this guy named Pastor Dow of Straightway. All right. Now, all these pastors out here talking their shit. Pastor Dow, in my opinion, and that's all it is the only one speaking from the book, because he's speaking real shit, and he's living by the book.
Westboro speak from the book too. A lot
What
of
do you
people
mean?
don't like it. Westboro Baptist Church.
Nobody likes when they speak from the book. Nobody
They
likes,
speak-
and actually stand on what they talk about.
Everything they say, I mean, I don't agree with them protesting at funerals and shit. You know, I'm surprised one of them got smoked yet. But
Well, I'm sure they wouldn't
everything
agree with
they-
me drinking a nice cold brewski and smoking a fucking cigarette.
They might.
I doubt it.
Man, you don't know what goes on
You
behind
know,
those doors.
those
So they
motherfuckers.
probably bring,
You know, the last.
bring out a string of fucking kids for your ass too. Here you go, brother Patrick.
The last
We get
Christian
down with
organization
them
we dealt
nasty
with,
fuckers.
you know, that seemed to be it appeared that you were taking shots of there's no appear. I really was taking shots of whiskey.
Yeah.
You know, listen.
We're gonna
listen,
continue to take shots of whiskey.
I'm not gonna be fake with this shit here.
Fuck no.
You know, if you want to sit here and try to fucking be the glitter bug, I'm holier than that. I'm the Pope, and I never touched the JJ. Man, you can take that old crazy ass shit on, because I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear shit you got to say. You know, especially if you're some old ass virgin, you really can't tell me shit about reality as far as dealing with a female or dealing with a relationship, because you ain't experienced that shit. And you might have read some book. Well, so and so fucking dick down what's her face and
Right.
got such and such. I got it. But until you're doing the dicking down and fucking such and such is having your fucking loin seed there.
And you know
don't
who we
what's
talking
up.
about too. You
You
know
know?
who we talking about.
Uh-oh.
You know who we talking about.
Look, the bottom
Should I
line
say the
is,
name? Should I say the name? You know who we talking about.
the
We're going
bottom
back
line.
when Palm and her 5 sisters. Or we get motherfuckers get pussy down here. We do fucking. Not that bullshit. Because at the end of the day, no matter who we fuck, we still black men. At the end of the
Oh, I
goddamn
wasn't
day.
even talking on that.
Well, I am.
I mean,
I am. I'm speaking on that. Motherfucker know who we talking about. Go and leave your comment in the comment section too. Appreciate it. I like a good
that little
laugh.
motherfucker there. That little motherfucker there for one.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Anybody sitting here talking this old crazy ass shit. See, I consider myself part of the human fucking race. The human race encompasses all of humanity, not a subset,
Right.
and not some so-called race. It's a whole fucking, the whole family, the whole genome. I'm a part of that family. Now, if you want to alienate yourself, I'm only gonna fuck my sister or cousin. Well, you go with that, and if she's cool with that. Y'all have your little people behind the hill fucking cult over there.
You looking like Chuck from Goonies.
You know it. Does this shirt make my skin look wrinkly?
Like,
You know, it's like,
Chuck.
you know, my whole thing is this here. My whole thing is this here. If you a straight motherfucking man, there ain't no pussy on this earth you gonna pass up talking some old crazy
Fuck
ass shit
no.
like that. Now, if you some posing ass, bitch ass, fag ass, borderline, Jenner type motherfucker, yeah, you gonna subscribe.
I be
to
them
that
skinny
shit.
jeans fucking with them.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
'Cause I got
them
love
skinny
though.
jeans be fucking with them. That should be too tight and fuck up the train of thought.
It does. You know, I mean, come on.
That's what
man.
that should be. That be them skinny jeans. They wear skinny jeans, dresses, and all kind of goddamn
And that's what's
shit.
fucking me up, man.
Yeah.
Since when has it been cool for young rappers to talk about sucking another nigga's dick? And that's supposed to be cool.
With that
That's
being,
bullshit.
With that being said, it's all about when we was talking to Brother Mark from Anaheim. I think it might have been the first or second show, all about the casting couch.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
just like a lot of rappers, they would say you got these 3 doors where once you reach a certain level of success, you got these 3 doors that you go down.
Go down, no pun intended.
And if you notice, you see the same players
Mm-hmm.
all the time, whether it's all these commercials,
'Cause
everything else. So
Yeah.
any type of new opportunity that they get, they just got popped.
Yeah.
You know, like if you look at Will Smith, for example, you know, his first movie was
That nigga didn't
something
flip out
like
too.
separate from 6 or his first movie anyway. He was had him in there fornicating with another dude. You know, so it just goes to
They
show.
said, fuck putting him on a dress. We want to simulate a dick going in your booty.
And you see what, like with Dave Chappelle, like he turned down that money because they already had the dress. But they already had the dress at his room.
But he done backslide, man. He look, you know, Dave Chappelle, all these cats, you know, when they start talking about they inside track Illuminati, this Catwing and all that, that's some bullshit, man. Because if you inside track nigga, you dead. Like the CDC doctor, the black doctor talking about vaccines. You know, hey, vaccine, this is bad for your kids. That nigga is floating in the river. That's what happens when you fucking talk against the real power. Your ass is floating in the fucking river. Right. So don't come here talking this, oh yeah, man, hey, you know, Illuminati's real, I'm putting man, I don't give a fuck. It's still, you know, you ain't gonna come on this show. You know why? Because there's some lawyers saying you can't go on these certain shows because you're hooked up with us. Now, if you're hooked up with us, that lets me know automatically whatever's coming out of your mouth is coming through those people there. Period. And that's what, you know, listen, folks, start thinking for your fucking selves. It's not that hard.
How you do that, boss?
Yeah, how do you do that? It's not that hard. You know, and honestly, the reason why we're in the shape we're in now is because too many people are refusing to think for themselves. You know, I used to think like Bob, he's my boss. I think like him, I get my paycheck until I die. You know, what kind of bullshit is that?
Right.
You know, your kid grows up, man, you a whack motherfucker. You know, you fed the kid, you clothed the kid, you gave him medicine and shit, but you're a whack motherfucker because the kid recognized on a spiritual, real, universal level, you're not a genuine human being because you're not believing the bullshit you're portraying. That's the problem, you know, along with the whole sexist shit, you know, men or that new shit, you know, women are God and all this, or men are God.
Me too.
If you sit here, let me tell you, like Jeff Foxworth, you might not be a god if you have to take a shit in the morning.
That's right.
You might not be a god if you have to get a bite to eat throughout the month. And I know some of you motherfuckers, well, I'll just fast a couple of days. You know, you might not be a god if your ass dies. So, you know, I think that pretty much takes care of all of us humans down here on Earth. There should be no more of this cult bullshit. Oh my God, this guy's got, man, put a bullet in his head and see if he fucking, you know, wakes up. Oh no, he's in deep meditation. Because that's what those Hindu motherfuckers are trying to hit you to. This motherfucker's rotting over here. Yeah. No, he's in meditation. Motherfucker's a skeleton. No, he's still just chilling. You know, come on, man.
He's got that double tap right there.
Shit. You know, and another thing, whores. And this is...
Tell it, man. This stuff people need to hear this shit.
I feel like Clive Bundy. You know, I was doing good. Let me tell you about what I know about whores. They sit on the porch and don't do shit. Okay. No, listen, whores, seriously, stop breeding. Okay? You know, it's not cool anymore having all these effeminate men and these other fucking banshee bitches you produce. So please do humanity a favor and just suck the dick instead. You know, suck it, gobble it down, drink it up, but stop fucking reproducing, please. Please.
Right, we try to build an army, not fucking...
Not a bunch of fucking freak show. The fucking
candidates for RuPaul drag show.
Right. We don't want to go to war.
If you out there buying your kids skinny jeans, kill yourself.
For real. For real. I mean, come on, man.
Fuck out of here with that.
He looks so cute, though. We can put a little pink streak in his hair.
Can't even go get the 565s no more because all the goddamn Levi's fucking look like they came from the women's section. Oh, they probably did.
And you think. You know that Europe is having a reproduction problem, right? So what's the point?
They having a reproduction problem over here.
Look, what's the point of having all these balls pressed up against your body? It increases the heat, therefore your sperm dies. Now, if you're just a little whore dude out there, you're like, oh, I don't care about my sperm. I want to fuck all these bitches. Remember this, dude. AIDS is still real. Syphilis is still real. Gonorrhea is coming back, a super version of it. So, you know, you keep on fucking if you want to, buddy.
Yep.
But when you're sitting there in that hospital room, and your own mom and dad can't give you a hug because they have to be in a rubber suit because your ass is so fucking infectious, You just remember.
Man, these
really
motherfuckers crazy. You got motherfucking chicks letting fags fuck them and shit.
And you know what? I never did understand. You know, you're not going to convert this motherfucker. You know, the only thing you're going to do is ruin your pussy for that straight dude that wants to fucking make babies with you and really, you know, be 100 with you. You know, you're letting these little weak-ass motherfuckers, you know. I mean, I get it. You know, they lonely. They need something, you know. But fuck, dude. You really got to go to a goddamn fag. Really.
Wisely.
You know?
If your nigga, when y'all go out, if you a chick out there, when y'all go out, if your nigga look better than you, he fucking a dude.
Or if your nigga sit there talking about, hey, you know, you put on this little tool here and run up in me, he's a fag. You know, don't real man ain't gonna let you butt fucking, dude. No. It ain't going down. Because of the fact that if you do that, you take away something here. You take away his soul, his manly shit. You know, now motherfucker, well, what happens when you go to jail? That's what happens when you go to jail. You slip up in that motherfucking shower, next thing you know, shit, you're busted.
Another thing too, single women need to stop treating their sons like they boyfriends too.
Well, some of that, and a lot of people don't want to speak on. A lot of that is like the dog and the peanut butter. Them boys are fucking their moms, they motherfuckers. You know, when that no, he's still breastfeeding. Motherfucker's 18 years old. You know, how's he breastfeeding? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sometimes time he likes to go and play where he came from. What the fuck? Nigga's 25 years old. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, he likes to probe. He likes to probe me from time to time. You know, that's a weak ass shit.
That's a huge problem too. These single moms be treating their sons just like they.
Because the single mom don't have daddy's dick to fucking be preoccupied with. They don't got nobody. You know, either it's meow, Mr. Fribbles, or the boy. That's gonna be their
Fribbles.
How long we did? As loud as you want, nobody's gonna hear you. Nobody's gonna hear you.
You know how that shit goes.
You know they say cats like tuna.
Shit, and look, I have seen I have known cats, you know, that have seen in real life fucking bitches fucking dogs for crack. I've or met people who have seen motherfuckers straight up fucking a cat, fucking straight up stick a paw in the pussy with a claw.
Oh,
you know, crazy shit, dude. Shit that makes my stomach turn just hearing about it. I can imagine really seeing the shit, you know, over in Crystal City by the fucking.
Tell them the sponsor of the show again. Tell them the sponsor of the show again. I think we can't tell the
sponsor. That's too much. I don't think they're ready for all that. But, you know, the deal is, man, there's some sick motherfuckers out here straight the fuck up. And these are the cats that you know, that's a little bank vice president. Or else this guy, you know, he's on the Rotary board. Or, you know, this is one of the Masons in town. They be the most sickest, twistedest motherfuckers, dude.
All them little clubs be sucking cock.
Yep, Knights of Columbus.
I'm talking about now, you know, these guys be talking about pussy, but in the weird way, you know, tying a bitch up and straight, you know, all that old crazy ass shit. Listen, if you guys want to make it in this world, unfortunately, you gotta take all the stuff that you think is good and break it. Break it all. Break it all and you become fucking rich beyond your fucking dreams. You know? If you're tired of being a pushover motherfucker, well then stop being a fucking cunt. Stand up for your fucking self. You know, be a real fucking human being, man or woman. Don't let nobody talk crazy to your ass. Shit, you know what the fuck you gotta do.
Show them that your pimp hand game strong.
No, don't be putting your hands on people. Put your mind on that motherfucker. You know,
sometimes you know how they say. You know how they say, I'm gonna knock the sense out of your ass. You need to knock some sense in motherfuckers now.
Well, yeah. And some of those women, I hate to say it, but some of these bitches out here totally respond to that. You know, like a bitch, you know that's somewhat subconscious. You know, smack that bitch around. Next thing you know, that bitch you could shit down her open mouth, and she be like, "Oh, thank you, daddy. That's good eating." You know, it's it's fucked up like that. I don't know what they call it, Stockholm syndrome. I mean, you smack these motherfuckers up, and they're just like, "Here's my last $1, Daddy."
I've seen that shit personally.
Yeah, I mean, and it's
I've
fucked
seen
up.
that shit. It's like I know for a fact if I was a chick, you put your hands on me, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. And
Yeah,
I
but
damn
some of
sure
these
ain't going
bitches,
back.
they just
they
double down.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
Tyrone loves
He
me.
totally loves me.
He
You
got
know?
that bitch in a fucking full
Man.
Nelson, and DDT in her ass, and she coming back 2 days later with her fucking check.
There's a group of people down in Brazil called fart eaters. Fart eaters. All right. What these chicks do is straight up, eat farts. And I mean,
This show has just totally to the 360.
I know.
Totally
No
did
way.
it.
So we're gonna come right back out here.
Totally did a 360 with this motherfucker boy. Like, woo!
Man.
No, but
Like,
what I'm
this nigga-
saying is, you see these bitches doing this type of activity, right?
Right.
And they're consider what we consider, models or whatever. How will you as a man feel? You done married this bitch. She played the role. She went chameleon on you,
Right.
And then you go to that little village. Hey, that's Choo Choo. Hey, Choo Choo, remember back in the day when you used to make the... And they pull up that video. And you're like...
What was one of them wet ones?
And this bitch is sitting there... Because I'm illustrating this to show you that a lot of times, guys are like, I got a woman, she won't do this or that. Dude, it's not that. A lot of the times, these chicks that claim to not want to do certain things, it's because they have been done so fucking hardcore.
No, they think your ass soft.
Yeah, and they'll be soft with you, but when you're not around and can't do, when you at work or hunting or whatever the fuck you're
Pookie
doing,
get over there shit.
yeah, on something that's
Yeah.
super. I haven't done this. You
Right.
don't hear this.
That
I
motherfucker-
haven't done this in years.
Mhm.
You just sit back and
Right.
smile. You're like, shit.
Motherfucker walk right in the door. Boom. Cock your jawbone. It's on. Because this dick I'm gonna lay.
And she'll be like, oh, you're just playing. Next thing you know, you're blasting her
Right.
throat. So, the reality is, folks, is this here. If you think that you know a motherfucker, then you're a fool. Because you don't know shit. That's why motherfucker, I didn't know Father Dominant butt fucked that little choir boy. Well, how the fuck could you not know?
Right. You
This
been
motherfucker
fucking
sitting
all
here
these boys up
talking
there.
about I ain't getting no pussy. Look, let's take this bullshit fantasy out. You're a grown man or a grown woman with grown people fucking desires. You're gonna sit up here and talk about you ain't gonna fucking have no sexual relations?
Right.
That don't make no fucking sense. At least those cults got one up on that shit.
Oh,
No,
they
we're
get all-
wacky as
they-
fuck, but we're having some orgies
Oh,
up in
hell
this
yeah.
motherfucker.
Shit, those fucking coats, boy, they
they that
fucking
shit
like
all right.
rabbits. They have 3 sets of litters 3 times a fucking year.
While you're sitting there talking about think about that. Think about why would a motherfucker want you to be on your knees talking about So that when he comes
That's
throwing
an
through,
exercise, yeah. That's a warm up exercise shit. But bless them fucking jaws.
hum on this motherfucker.
Folks,
And it's not
Wake
just
up.
it's not just
Wake
so-called
up.
Christian or even Muslims or I didn't really hear pedophilia going on in say Buddhism or Hinduism so much, but I've heard other shit about Hinduism as far as like there's one day where dudes could dress up as chicks and dudes could apparently fuck them and not cheat on their wives, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. But the reality is, folks, a lot of these religions and philosophical bullshit is only designed to enslave you and trap you and ensnare you because of the fact that whether you want to accept it or not, you already have freedom at the very beginning of life. The reason why, because if you didn't have freedom, motherfuckers wouldn't be hitting you up. Hey, join my crew. Hey, believe like this. Hey, you should believe like this. Here's a book that tells you how to do this. Because no one tells you how to breathe, do they? No one tell you how to fucking, when you're hungry, you really need to eat. Because those babies, they let you know. You feed them all, be cool. All right? You're already free from Jump Street. You only become a slave to the shit that you actually take into yourself
Right.
and believe that is real. So, that being said, man, I don't really have too much else to say.
all I'm gonna say is, Joe Brown, be on special report.
Yeah, Judge JB, the one and only.
And also, I want to say this too. These two cats over here have been drinking as well. You know, I'm honest about my drinking because I'm showing my beer. But these two cats, they got shit off to the side, taking sips and shit, hardcore drink. So I ain't the only one up there drinking. That's all I want to say.
They like, well, we ain't seen them doing shit.
They slick. They quick.
Man.
They flash. You know, just that quick. You know, I'm slow. I'm the turtle. I'm getting drunk slowly. And, you know, for a lot of you guys, this is real. This isn't filled with water. This is real alcohol. And a lot of it, actually. And, you know, you might wonder, well, how come he doesn't slur? And how come he doesn't, like, pass out and shit? That's because I'm a professional, guys. You know, it took years of dedication. Now I'm slurring.
Dedication. Dedication. He is a professional 211 beer drinker.
Thank you.
You know? Right from the great state of Missouri.
Yeah. You know, so 211, if you need a mascot, or not a mascot, I'm not a fucking mascot, but if you need a spot, or, never mind, dude. Because apparently when I'm trying to illustrate how drunk I'm not.
He's already showing your products on the fucking table. Bring him in a goddamn 6-pack or something. Show some goddamn gratitude. Fuck. Some goddamn gratitude in this bitch.
That's it.
You know,
Right there, man.
fuck.
You know.
What else you gotta do? You want to fucking do a dance and song?
No, they want me to pass out. You know, we want to see him drink our products until he's comatose. And I will do that if you provide your product. You know, I'm not buying your shit to pass out.
Fuck no.
You know, I can't honestly say the last time I passed out, seriously, must have been like
December? He knows what I'm talking about. That one night.
He went in and never seen it again. He was like a ghost.
Yeah.
He was gone. Man.
Well, I guess it's December 1st.
Hey, that's what we do though, man. We have fun on this bitch.
Yeah,
you know,
the other border show. That's the reason
what
why
we
they call
about.
it that.
See.
Hold on, no, we're not done though.
Mm-mm.
We got a live show. We got a live musical number coming up from CI.
Yeah, stay tuned for that.
You know, fucking, you know, you notice I didn't cook tonight. You don't hear kids and shit in the background. You know, thank Debbie from behind the scenes and the kids.
Yeah, thanks,
You
Debbie.
Yeah.
I mean, am I hungry? Fuck yeah. And, you know, it's pissed me off knowing that they're probably up there in the Mexican restaurant eating fucking good shit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm over here fucking slurping down 211s. But there is a pork chop in every can. Well, actually, 2. But, you know, I would still like to have a fucking steak, carne asada, fucking burrito.
Joe Brown's gonna be on special report tomorrow.
Judge JB.
Yes, at 4 p.m. Central Time on True Powers Mind and Dimebag TV.
Well, we got
You know,
4 episodes made of My Life and Times. Gonna be premiering on Dimebag TV too. We already got 4 episodes made.
also want to give a shout out to, not shout out necessarily, but a call out. Anybody out there with videos, interesting topics, you know, you want to be a part of our network, send them to the other morning show 17 at gmail.com, or at least send us the link to that. And, you know, we're looking to expand our operation. We want independent journalists, independent people. All right. So, start hollering at your boys, and we're going to get you on Dimebag TV.
When I catch that motherfucker at the gas station again, I'm gonna hit his ass with my car too, because he didn't wash my windows right.
One thing I do want to say, I find it really odd that here in the great and honorable state of Missouri, our governor is caught up, or was caught up in a little sexual escapade. You know, he got his little pinky wet somewhere. Now, it's okay to fuck all these different whores in Missouri and be a governor. But that, if we would have found out he would have smoked a joint prior to the election, he would not have been governor. That's some shit to think about. I'd rather have a pot-smoking motherfucker who's faithful to his woman than some swindly, sneaky, snaky fuck who's cheating on his wife, talking about, I can lead you out. Motherfucker, you ain't fucking cool with her. You don't even know me. You're fucking over this bitch that's been down with you forever, unless she's a freak whore. No, that's not, she could be freaky too. But if she's a good woman, the first lady of Missouri there, that's sad that...
She probably get digged down too.
Well,
Shit.
no, most time those chicks, those Edomites, they'll sit there and lick some pussy.
Like Greichen is gone to the Capitol, motherfucking goddamn me, that man Dingo coming to that motherfucker slinging that shit all over.
Oh yeah,
fucking
she'll
place.
slop it up like it's a fucking...
Fuck yeah, they all do that old nasty shit.
And you know what? Look,
More.
a lot of these chicks out here, man, they're sitting here fucking 4 or 5 cats at one time. They're sucking some dude off, literally brushing their teeth on the way to see another motherfucker. Y'all gotta stop
And
that.
still ain't make $100 off all that shit.
Y'all gotta stop that. I want to say this right here and right now so everyone gets this shit straight. There's totally different mechanics happening when you always hear these women talking about, oh, a man can go out and fuck all these bitches and we all slap him on the back, but if I do the same thing, I'm a whore. That's because there's some different shit going down. You're a dude, you can go here, boom, 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 like a shotgun.
He's passionate about this shit.
It's blasting these whores in the face, right? Well, if you're a chick and 7 dudes come at you, they're all shooting at the same target. What is there a difference between 6 targets out there in the field with 1 shot in each target, or 1 target with 6 shots in it? There's a huge difference.
Better not kiss her.
Well, she's somebody's boy or girlfriend. She comes home after leaving your company. She's gonna be, hey, honey, mwah, and probably stick to his face when she pulls off. You know what I'm saying? This shit. Look.
They gonna call us some feminine or whatever.
No. I love women. I'm not a chauvinist. I love them. Look,
we just telling you what we observe.
once again, there was a cat, man. There was a party years and years ago, right? There was a party years and years ago, all right? And one of my friends was in the car with a group of other friends, and
oh shit!
And the chick and the guy, all right, the chick was giving everyone a ride home, all right. Well, apparently the first person she drops off is the boyfriend, and then the next thing you know, the other three cats in the car fucked the chick, and then the boyfriend, I guess he sobers up and realized, hey, I'm sitting at home and my girl just tickled 3 other dudes. So she calls the dude on the phone, the old green phones, and or the dude calls her rather. Well, anyhow, make a long story short, she picks up dude, goes back, his drunk ass gets in the car. First thing they do is kiss and say they love. And I'm telling you, if that dude did not have a sense of smell on his face, I don't know. He should have smelled the jizz on that bitch's face. Because she was jizzed by 3 cats in that car, no less than 15 minutes in picking his monkey ass up. And they kissed and talking about loving. And literally,
choose wisely.
Literally.
Choose wisely. You just never know. Is she a deep throat pro?
No, man. If she ain't, that's only because you fucking up, man. Because, look.
You can always teach a dog a new trick.
Look,
No
I'm
matter
telling
how
you
old
straight
it
up.
is.
Every one of these chicks out here do whatever your heart's desire if you're man enough to stand on what your heart's desire.
Yep.
If you're wishy-washy, I don't know, they're gonna fucking fuck you over like the little bitch you are.
I think I may want some pussy tonight.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
See, this is like kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. Kibbles and bits. You fucking... And I'm telling you guys, and this is a test to show you if your girl loves you or not. You make her suck your dick and eat the cum. She don't eat the cum, she don't love you. Straight up. That's straight up. See, that means she don't give a fuck about you being happy. She gonna wait till you're very end and whack you off. Bitch, whack me off from the beginning. Why even fuck around?
That's true.
I mean, you gonna make me happy, you're gonna make me happy. If not, then motherfucker, if you're in that situation, you can outsource that shit. But if you can't outsource that shit, then, you're just gonna be a miserable fucking cunt.
I was just say it's more of them than it is us. So if you not getting no pussy, there is a problem with you.
Well, yeah. And a lot of these guys, seriously, I talk to a lot of young cats.
Man up!
No, they put pussy on too high of a pedestal. and put dick down too low. And they don't understand. In the woman's world, that dick is way up on the pedestal, and that pussy ain't nothing but shit.
She should go to Everest to get that motherfucker.
She will, if you put it out there like that. Mm-hmm. But instead of going to Everest, she only has to go over a little anthill. Shit, least resistance. She could go to the anthill and fuck your buddy like he wants to be fucked.
Mm-hmm. And then go back home and kiss you.
With jizz in her throat, and I cannot emphasize.
I can see the comments now.
Oh my god!
True Power just went crazy after that.
Look, I didn't go on one of my sexual challenge rants tonight because I'm not that guy anymore. I just don't have that in me no more. It's like I felt like I was brainwashed by society to think like that. In many ways, I was, but am I cool? I still have Facebook fag friends and shit, but it's just not my.
We love all humans.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Everybody's human. And a chick, look, there's so many motherfuckers down here for real. If a chick wants to eat another chick's pussy, I have zero problem with that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I guess. I don't know.
And y'all don't have no problem with it either.
No, I don't have no problem with it. That's what
shit,
do.
And the other deal,
yeah, I'm single. Shit, can I watch?
Oh,
I ain't doing shit else.
Well,
Well, I ain't got shit else to do. Fuck it. Why not watch?
Why not? It's unethical. You gotta get in there and get your hands dirty, But
I like to be entertained sometimes.
Look, I did not mean for this to devolve into some sort of call it.
Oh, this video is probably gonna get flagged by someone of them old feminist chicks.
No, probably some fag. How come we don't get our turn?
Right. You can get your turn with Palmer and her 5 sisters in the bathroom or in the shower. And stop using your mama.
Well, not a public
bathroom.
Soap. Not a public bathroom. I'm about sick. I went down here to Express Mart, dude. And I'm not no forensics guy, man. But I had to piss, so I went to piss her. That motherfucker, dude, some motherfucking cunt went in that motherfucker and jizzed all over the toilet seat and the handle and shit. I opened up the door and just pissed on the floor and walked out, dude. I was like, this is fucked
That's
up.
what the dude that went in there before you did.
No. Whoever was in there, you can obviously tell. If this motherfucker didn't honk and this blue snot, literally everywhere, or that shit was jizz, and I wasn't touching. I felt fucked up touching door handle getting in the motherfucker.
You didn't know.
You
didn't know.
So that's something to think about, guys and girls. When you're out there and fucking around public toilets, man, think about the consequences of some sick fucker going in there jizzing everywhere.
And that's your public health notice from True Power's Mind.
Yeah, and the other morning show.
Tune in next week for another one.
And you can't wait, join me on Special Report tomorrow. Now, tomorrow's going to be a way more serious show.
Yeah.
Today, we're in the week, we let our hair down if we had hair or whatever. Yeah. But, tomorrow, I'm so looking forward to talking to Joe Judge Brown. He's actually been one of my, my mom used to love watching the show before she passed away. So there was many years I would watch Joe Judge Brown from afar.
Right.
So I know he has some good information.
And we know you motherfuckers ain't gonna be doing shit, so watch.
Judge Joe Brown tomorrow.
Check it out before you go get turned up and tossed out.
Yeah.
You ready to do that song?
Yes, sir. How we gonna do it?
Can you pull it up on that phone since it's hooked to the computer for the instrumentals?
Powering on.
This was a request. It was sent in.
And we make it happen. Y'all wanted Cobra Immortal to do a song? We got Cobra, and he's going to do a song.
And next week we're going to have those midgets, too.
Oh, God.
I'm working on it.
Little people of Dallas.
Fuck no.
You see that video I sent
Yeah, I seen that crazy ass shit. You want them clowns in here. You want some real entertainment.
Call her ass up.
Crazy bitch. Get the fuck out of here, bitty ass. But yeah, we gonna get them midgets. We gonna have a jello pool for the midgets. We gonna have all that stuff. I'm gonna do my best to impersonate Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon.
Yeah. You ready, man?
I'm ready.
He ready. Here you go. Who requested that? Who requested that?
Who you asking? Me?
Yeah.
Salute to the fan who requested.
We'll
your
find
boy,
you out.
Cobra Mortal. If you want to know more about me, you can find me on all of my social media sites. I have my music on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music. For booking inquiries, you can book me at CobraImmortal1@gmail.com. Also, you can purchase my latest album, Smash 'Em All, right there, available for $10. Also, I have another album that was just released, Swag Jackin'. So you get 2 classic albums if you order the Cobra Mortal pack for only $10. So, man, show your support for your boy. You dig that?
The other CD's out in the van.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is dedicated right there, you know what I'm saying? It's your boy C.I., definitely in the building. Shout out to everybody out there doing their thing, you know what I'm saying? The other morning show, True Power of Mind, Dimebag TV, Dimebag Darling. I'm your boy COBR-IM-OORTAL. Let's get it. Check it out. I'm always ready to attack when I spit these raps. Your boys ain't ready for me. Hot boy gonna fill it with the wrath of the minutes, making all my enemies retreat. 10,000 feet, you can find me sitting here puffing on sticky green. And me and my G's hustle hard in the street. We ducking, dodging for the police. Have you haters seen never like a block history? Hitting real hard like a jungle history. Y'all too slow and I'm on light speed. Me and my team supremely lead. Real shout out to the real OGs who put me on game when the streets raised me. You taught me how to stack my G's, keep my eyes open for the switch around me. Rather so funny, tell lies and riddle. Try to put me out like a violent little fiddle. Have your girlfriend sitting in the middle. Joe so good it'll make you giggle. Beer so legal like 45 blast. When I step out to the club, I'm mad. You four boys ain't ready for me when I'm coming out. Be careful what you say to me in conversation. All this hating that you doing gives me inspiration. Now you acting all funny like you hustling with the gang. You know match for me, bro. When I'm out here smiling, smash, I track them all. Smash them all, smash them all, smash them all. I smash them all, smash them all, smash them all, smash them all. I smash them all, smash them all, smash them all, smash them all. I smash them all, smash them all, smash them all. Hey. Action packed with the bonus features. You can hear me bang through your speakers. Finally caught up with the rap gun reaper. No, I'm trying to meet you. I ain't scared none of you counterfeit rappers. Guaranteeing that them things will catch you. In the West, they call them slappers. These rappers are Hollywood actors. I'll come through, mown down like a track. Illuminati on the side of these facts. Lyrics so hot like a fire breather dragon. I'm more powerful than possibly a match. Visually, dog, you know I smash it. Better catch up like Hines, I kick it. Fans looking for that next transaction. Can't give them that satisfaction. My cash flow, I'm serious. What you say so oblivious. Bars are crazy, delirious. Even my critics are curious. My pain is my aggression. The hustle is my weapon. Better get about my direction when I'm in the intersection. Be careful what you say to me in conversation. All this hating that you do it gives me inspiration. Now you acting all funny like you hustling with the gang. You know match for me, bro. When I'm out here trying to smash, I smash them all, smash them all, smash them all, smash them all. I smash them all, smash them all. Smash them up, smash them up, I smash them up, smash them up, smash them up, smash them up, I smash them up, smash them up, smash them up. Hey, yo Cobra, what's up? These rappers scared of me, why is that? They don't want me in this industry. How come? They know when I'm on, I'm gonna turn on. What you gonna do? Ride in the Phantom Rover, so you gonna stun? Yeah, bro, you know I'm gonna stunt. All black Rolls Royce tinted out when I pullin' up to make you mad. Damn right, you know I make them mad. Canary diamonds, they shining when I'm here on smack. Be careful what you say to me in conversation. All this hating that you do, it gives me inspiration. Now you acting all funny like you hustling with the gang. You know match for me, bro. When I'm out here trying to smash, I smash them all, smash them all, smash them all, smash them all. I smash them all, smash them all, smash them all, smash them all. We smash them all, smash them all, smash them all, smash them all. We smash them all, smash them all, smash them all. Hey, yo, it's your boy C.I. Definitely in the building. Another morning show. Let's get a salute to all the fans out there. Judge JB's gonna be on special report, True Power's Mind tomorrow. Dimebag TV, number 2. It's your boy C.I. Check me out. Purchase your album right now, only $10. Smash them all right now, you dig that? It's finna go down. What's up? Mobile Records in the building. What's happening? Salute.
Yeah. Thank you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Anytime, anytime.
And that's how we get down on the other morning show.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
if you don't like it, we don't give a fuck.
We
And
don't
the
give
new
a
studio,
fuck.
I am happy to say, will be coming soon.
I'm Dimebag Darley.
I'm True Powers Mine.
I'm your boy C.I. Cobra Immortal, the one and only.
Get them CDs, mofo. You ain't
Yeah.
doing shit else,
Man, support
motherfucker.
your boy. Only $10.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Peace.